I prefer books.
I have used a Kindle before. I still prefer books.
My mum and dad have an e-reader and I use it every time I go over, but I prefer just to have a big bookshelf full of books.
Oh, Kindle, definitely.
I like the books only because I don't have the light coming through. You know, you're on the computer a lot these days, you've got a lot of backlight coming in, so I'm an old-fashioned person.
The publishing world is changing since the invention of e-readers. E-readers are mobile electronic devices that you can download e-books onto to read. On this device, you can have hundreds of books at a time and take it with you anywhere. Many people think the invention of these devices are a threat to books and writers. In this documentary, we are going to explore this topic to see what effect, if any, e-readers have had on physical books. For every 100 Amazon hardcover books that are sold, 143 Amazon Kindle books are sold. To fill an e-reader, it would cost £9,100. This would be 1,500 e-books. The same amount of physical books would cost £24,000. The space needed to house these physical copies would be a 124-foot bookshelf. In 2013, sales of physical books fell by 7% in the UK. This drop in value of the book market has been contributed to the slowdown in sales of E.L. James' 50 Shades novels, as in 2012, the author's trilogy sold in record-breaking numbers. At its peak, the series accounted for almost half of all novels bought in the UK. Ewan Morrison, a writer for The Guardian, said, "Within 25 years of the digital revolution will bring about the end of paper books, but more importantly, e-books and e-publishing will mean the end of the writer as a profession." But another Guardian writer, Lloyd Shepherd, said that, "The death of books has been greatly exaggerated. Radical change is certainly producing some alarming symptoms. But much of the doomsayer's evidence is anecdotal, and it's possible to read a much happier story." We went to Waterstones to ask an expert for their opinion.
I think books are still more popular. I'll be getting physical books, I'll be completely honest. We still, at Christmas time, we do sell a lot of e-readers, but the number of books that we sold far outweighed the number of e-readers that we sold. So I still think that there's the market leader is in books of the two. I suppose in terms of the environmental impact, I would say the e-readers are probably more environmentally friendly. They require less resources, both for the production of the book and also in terms of the manufacture that goes into that. So I would say probably e-readers are more environmentally friendly. A lot of our customers buy e-readers and then 2 or 3 days later they're in buying books anyway. I think it's just another platform for people to read books rather than a replacement for physical books. I think the kind of person that would buy physical copies, they tend to be book lovers. They tend to be quite traditional in their taste. The physical book is always going to hold more appeal for people, I think. Maybe in a few years that might change, but currently there's still quite a traditional approach to books. A book is something that you pick up and you open, and I think that's part of the attraction for a lot of people. I think that's going to see books through. That's really going to be the reason that people continue to go to books. It's a physically pleasing thing to have in your hands.
We've both got Kindles. Well, we usually read books mostly when we go away on holiday, so it's obviously much easier to take a dozen books in one Kindle.
Prefer it easier to read, I'd say. Just although you need to charge it or something, it'd be fine.
The e-readers are just I prefer a book, man. It's made a homely touch reading a book into it rather than reading it off a screen. I prefer reading a page rather than reading a book, rather reading the e-reader. I just don't prefer books, man.
It's still nice to have a nice new book as well, but it's at the beginning you don't really think you're going to like the e-reader, but it is convenient. And most people that you see now on the beach or on anywhere, they've all got these e-readers.
It shouldn't be, man. Like, the library's a dying thing. It shouldn't be a dying thing. The library was here before anything else, and e-readers shouldn't be taking it over. It should always be a hard copy of a book. I just don't like e-readers at all. I don't think they're right. I just prefer books, man. It's As I said, it's more a nice touch to read a book, nice to read it off.
Used like e-readers and kind of like the physical thing, but I have read books online, like Google Books in particular, and also Comixology, which is a comic book app as well. I don't know, there's some good to it, particularly for research, but there's like for some stuff, like in particular if I'm wanting to read like kind of non-fiction, I prefer having the book itself.
Book sales do seem to have dropped, but it seems as though books and e-readers can coexist. As long as both exist, there is something for every book fan the world over.